wife and I started the MaxFund back in 1988, and Max was the first patient. He was named Max by us because he was a stray that got hit by a car. The Good Samaritan that brought him in wasn't ready to face all the orthopedic surgery that Max needed. Max being Max, he would not stay quietly. He was supposed to, and he bent his plates and broke his pins, and we ended up being, like all good things, a really hard first way to start. We let people know about Max's condition, mainly the clients of my own hospital, where we had a donation jar on the exit window, and people would donate on their way out of taking care of their own animals, and the word spread. And we ended up with some money left over, so Max's fund became MaxFund. MaxFund sounds like we're some kind of a bank or something, but that's how it came. We didn't start off thinking about a name, but that's why it's called MaxFund.
My name is Tammy, and I've been volunteering since 2006, and I've also been adopting since 2004. About a year ago, we fostered a beautiful, purebred Pomeranian puppy, and the only thing wrong with that puppy was that he had a broken leg, which required surgery and several weeks of rehabilitation, and it was expensive. And unfortunately, the person who owned the Pomeranian did not have the funds to take care of his medical needs, and so he wound up at MaxFund. He wound up at our home, where he did in fact heal his broken leg over many weeks, and then he was adopted out to a great forever home. Was he a perfect puppy? Absolutely. Was he a puppy that would have cost thousands of dollars, and probably did? Yes, absolutely. And he is now in a great forever home with people who really love him.
Because we're no-kill, we have a lot of animals donated to us when the people can't take care of them anymore, or for some reason don't want to, or moving into an apartment that doesn't take animals. They don't want to take it to a regular clinic where the animal would be euthanized, so they bring it to us.
I can say from my own experience that you can adopt virtually any kind of dog or cat that you're looking for through an animal shelter. If you want a puppy, you can find a puppy at an animal shelter. If you want a purebred animal, you can find a purebred animal at the animal shelter. People do indeed have this misconception that animals who wind up at shelters must have something wrong with them. But in fact, the only thing wrong with them is that a human had an issue that required the animal to be brought to a shelter. And so there's nothing wrong with the animal. The only thing wrong was the circumstance that brought the animal to a shelter.
What we do is try to educate people about not only about the proper care of animals, but the fact that their pet will do better spayed or neutered.
We have a mobile outreach program where a van goes out with a vet and spays dogs and cats in communities where affordable spay and neuter is often not an option.
MaxFund has made it an essential part of our commitment from the beginning, because it's stupid to keep dealing with these animals that are dumped in the street if you don't stop the numbers of animals being dumped in the street.
So we, over the years, have spayed thousands and thousands of dogs and cats, and so I think we have contributed significantly to reducing pet overpopulation. At the dog shelter, the process would be to look at the animals on our website, and then meet the ones that you'd like to meet in a meet and greet room. At the cat shelter, you're welcome to use one of our visitor rooms and interact with the cat. We've got some free roaming rooms where you can observe the cats in their sort of natural environments and pick one that you might want to get to know better. And then, of course, there's a careful vetting process that the adoption staff will do to ensure that the dog or cat you have selected is the best fit for your particular circumstances.
The next step is finding the right home for him. So there's a lot of people in that process that are not, some of them are paid and some of them are not, and all of them are volunteering because I'd be a rich man if I weren't for the MaxFund.
It really is so rewarding to me. It's so great to know that I'm helping dogs and cats find their wonderful forever homes. Over and over, I've seen situations where I thought, that dog or cat can't possibly find a home. Who would want that dog or cat? And over, MaxFund has proven that there is, in fact, a home for every dog or cat on this planet, even the ones who may be more difficult to adopt because of medical conditions, age, or other situations. What keeps me coming back to MaxFund is its dedication to those who are going to have a bit of a challenge.
Frankly, we have people who work for us that could make twice that salary in other places, and volunteers who get nothing except for the feeling of doing something for dogs and cats. A lot of people say this has now become the main reason why I feel good about life. When we've gone taking pets to nursing homes and places where older people have been outlived all their relatives and friends, and one case we took a group of dogs into a nursing home, and one dog just on his own went to a certain bed, and the people there said, well, that person hasn't talked in 6 months, not to anybody. It's just gone in an envelope. But the dog didn't pay attention to what was said about that person, and the dog, for some reason, wanted to nose up to that person. And in the beginning, the person was really not up for any change, but the dog changed her mind. And after several visits, the people said it's amazing. The patient is now talking to us and is engaged with the human race again. So there are, excuse my emotion, there are a lot of emotional kickbacks from a veterinary standpoint, and from my wife's standpoint. It's become a life's work that is really our personal legacy. This left over, I thought my veterinary practice would be my legacy, but the MaxFund has been what has been really important in our lives.